Hello everyone, welcome to this video. We are working on the new upgraded version of the AZ500 lab series. This is the second lab where we are going to work on some policy implementation, and there are two major objectives for this lab. First, to create an allowed location policy to ensure resources are only created in a specific region, and then we're going to test, we're going to try to create a resource and say uh, if we can create anywhere other than the allowed location. So let's get started. All right, so let's implement the policy. So in this lab, for the first part, we're just going to go to the Azure portal, create a resource group, and we'll create the allowed location policy and verify. So go to your Azure location, and looks like we're gonna use some PowerShell command. So let's go to our Azure environment, and to get to the PowerShell, all you need to do is to just click on this particular button. Let me get this button, and it should give you this window. If it's for the first time, it may ask you to create a storage account. Just say yeah, go ahead and create it, and you'll be good. So it's now starting up my PowerShell session. So once that's up, we're going to run this particular command, new AZ resource group. So this is a command let, and it's going to create a resource group called AZ500 Lab 02, and it's going to deploy in the East US region. Okay, so that's how you read this command. So so it's ready for us. I don't like this, so when you paste something it goes over here, so I'm still gonna click enter. I think this is successful, but I'm just gonna refresh this page one more time because that gives me a lot of trouble typing stuff. So I'm just gonna reload my shell, but this command is done. And then if you run this command get Azure resource group and then you format as a table, it's gonna give you a nice output. And you better see that resource group available to you. Like, this is the resource group that we created in the previous command. So that's good. Everything looks good. Now close the Cloud Shell. Now create the allowed location policies. So how do you do that? So you can just go to the policy blade, and in the authoring section select definition. So what you need to do, just search for policy. Okay, so on the policy blade, once you go there, I'm going to just minimize that. Here you have authoring, you have assignments and definitions. Okay, so right now we're going to go to the definition sections or assignment section. No, definition section is where we want to go. So definition has all the defined or predefined policies, all the built-in ones, and I created one custom. That's why this one says custom. But most of them, probably over 400 policies that are already predefined and built in that you can use and start working with them. So from here, what we'll use the category and then search for allowed locations. Okay, that's the policy that we want. So if we come over here and categories, let's just search for allowed locations, nothing showed up. So I'm gonna search actually over here for allowed location. Like, here we go. So allowed location is what we need to select. So what does it do? This policy allows you to restrict location of resources, not resource groups. Okay, to restrict location of resource groups, you can use allowed location for resource group policy. Okay, so in this one, what are we gonna do? We're gonna assign it to the subscription, and we're gonna assign it to this particular resource group for now. So over here, we are going to say assign, and we're going to select our subscription, and we're going to select the resource group. So that's how granular you can be if you want to. and say select, and let's see if there's anything else. Resource group is good, and then assignment name, let's just copy this, allow UK South, so that's the only allowed location. So is it description allowed UK South? No, assignment name itself is UK South, so this one they're saying just change, and if the bar moves, you just take that bottom bar and move it back to where you want. And then description is a little big and descriptive, that's fine. Again, I hate this, but okay, so we have this. And then policy enforcement, this is critical, you have to make sure that the policy enforcement is actually enabled. And then you just say review and create. It's actually asking me for parameters, so allowed locations. So which one did we say our allowed location is? UK South. So we're gonna choose, where is our UK? Let's just search UK South. So this is a nice feature because Azure is adding so many regions so quickly that list is getting pretty long. Okay, so now we can create this policy, and the policy is going to be enabled, and it just says that it's all, everything is good, and but the assignments may take about 30 minutes to take effect. Okay, but that's all good, I'm fine with that. And then task 2 is test the allowed location policy. So since it may take 30 minutes for this to take effect, if I try to do something, I may still be able to do it. Okay, but let's see if we can. So what they're trying to do, let's try to deploy a virtual network in that particular resource group that we created and see if the policy is already in place or not. So we're gonna go to the resource groups and go to the resource group we're using for the lab. I'm just gonna create add something and then search for a virtual network, get the virtual network in here, create a virtual network, and what we're gonna do, call it my VNet, and we're gonna choose East US, something other than pretty much the UK, South UK. So East US is what we're gonna choose. I don't think we need anything else. Yeah, so let's just try to create. For some reason the validation is always, oh, this time validation has failed, so let's look at what's going on. So it says resource my VNet was disallowed by policy, so that's an excellent thing. So this policy, although it said it could take up to 30 minutes, but it took effect almost immediately. And if I go to raw error, this also going to give you a little bit more description. Resource VNet was disallowed by policy definition and all that. And it says that as per the policy, allow UK South for that particular resource group. So that's the end of this lab. So we have looked at how to use the policy and how to enforce the policy. For governance is very, very important, and as I said, there are hundreds of policies in there. So take your time, see what are the policies are there, what could you can think of using in your own environment, and just learn about it. And the policies, they will also show up under the security center, and if you go under the security center, there are security policies in there. Okay, in this policy you can also assign the initiatives. Okay, you can go in there and right over here you can add an initiative, and then that initiative you can add all those policies to whichever is important to you, and create the governance structure for your own organization. Alright, that's all for the video. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment. I would love to get some feedback. How am I doing, and how I can improve the videos that I'm doing for all of us. So with that, good luck with the exam. Thank you.